All right, so 2022's fall. And yes, before anybody says anything, yeah, I injured myself there. For those of you who watched the 42 review, you'll know that I, this summer, started getting more into baseball. And I decided to try out a batting cage. And this is what happened. So the ball ended up hitting my hand, got a hairline fracture. So going to be stuck with this for a little while. It's my right hand too, so it's my dominant hand. So I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of notes over the next maybe like week and a half. It's nothing too serious, but yeah, I didn't take notes for this movie. The thing is, when I go out to the movies, oftentimes it's my day off, so I get 2 days off a week, and one of them is just set for movies. The other day is set for whatever else I really want to do. And most of the time, I'm seeing 2 movies in one day. That is what I'm doing today. I'm going to see Bodies, Bodies, Bodies in about an hour and a half. And couldn't take notes because I can't print out notes. I have the cast and all that printed out on this sheet here that I got from home. But I'm just not able to like print off notes or anything like that while I'm out and about. So yeah, no notes for this movie. There will be notes that I will most likely take for Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. And I will be reviewing that one later on at home. So, I mean, I'm recording from my phone, so I can't really just read the notes off of that and record at the same time. So it's going to be a process for sure. Hopefully all my points are decent enough, but bear with me at least. The director here is Scott Mann. The writers are Jonathan Frank and Scott Mann. And I believe one or both of these people worked on the 47 Meters Down movies. It's from the creators of that movie, or maybe both of them, I'm not sure. But we have Grace Caroline Curry as Becky, the main character. You might know her from Shazam. What's her name in that movie? I think it's Mary. I really like her as an actress. I mean, I think I've only seen her, actually no, I've seen her in more than one thing. I've seen her in one of the Annabelle movies, which I thought she was actually quite good in, and Shazam, which I'm excited to see her in Shazam 2 as well. But here I thought she did a pretty good job. We got Virginia Gardner as Hunter. This is a actress I'm not very familiar with, so comment down below, tell me other stuff that she's been in. Mason Gooding, believe his character's name was Dan. They actually show it in the trailers. His character dies, and that's kind of what sets up the story for this movie. And then you have Jeffrey Dean Morgan as James, the father to Becky. And that's pretty much the main cast there. Most of the time, you're just with Becky and Hunter. But, you know, having Jeffrey Dean Morgan in there, I think kind of sells people on the movie a little bit more. You get one of those. I think he's an A-list actor. I don't know if other people feel that way, but personally, I think he is. But yeah, you're following Becky and Hunter, and they basically go to the top of this. I don't know if it's necessarily a cell phone tower. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be. I think it's like a cell phone tower or something similar. It's like 2,000 feet high, I think. I kind of made the joke. I was like, oh, 47 meters up. That's fun. But yeah, I saw this trailer a few weeks back and knew that I wanted to watch it. I was actually going to review E.T. today. I was going to go watch that and then go watch Bodies. But, I decided I can either go see E.T. next week or I can just watch it at home. I really don't feel like I need to watch it in IMAX, but if I have time for it, maybe I will. I wanted to choose something I actually haven't seen and, you know, something new. So I went with Fall. Yeah, and like I said, I saw the trailer a few weeks back, and I am definitely afraid of heights. Did this movie, like, give me any anxiety about that kind of stuff? A little bit. Well, I can't say a little bit. There were definitely a lot of times in this movie where I was just, like, shaking my head, and I was like, oh my god, you guys. You know, I wouldn't say Becky is as dumb of a character and makes as dumb decisions as Hunter does. Hunter is probably, I mean, she's a thrill seeker, but at the same time, she is kind of a fucking idiot about it. She didn't bring any food with her. She brought one bottle of water. Like, come on. You got to be more prepared for that kind of shit. I mean, yeah. But there's a lot of times in this movie where, I mean, obviously, I don't think they actually filmed this on a 2,000 feet tall telephone cell phone tower. I don't think they actually filmed that on there. I'm sure they did some scenes that were like high up off the ground, but I don't think they actually did all that. That being said, a lot of the shots in here look pretty real, and it adds to the suspense of seeing these two people on top of this tower and just seeing the earth below. Everything's so tiny. I mean, they're kind of in the desert, so they're like, there's not many structures out there, but I mean, the structures that you do see, the small town that they have nearby, you can barely see it. And one of the issues I have with this movie is the aspect ratio, actually. I think it should have been a little wider, because with a movie like this, I want to feel like I'm like on that tower with them. And at times I kind of felt like I did, but since I was like far back enough, I could see the whole screen, and then just like these black boxes on the side, these little black rectangles. And I'm just like, fill up the screen, please. Just fill up the screen. I mean, that's a big issue with a lot of movies these days, especially when you're not watching a like big blockbuster movie. A lot of these movies, they don't fill up the entire theater screen, or like you know what I mean? Especially for this movie, I felt like they should have taken advantage of that more, and I don't know, just had a wide. I mean, you wouldn't be seeing it as much because a lot of the shots are just on top of this tower, just seeing these two on top of this tower. So you really wouldn't be adding a whole lot to it, but at the same time, I feel like it would have, I don't know, I feel like I would feel more like I'm in the movie, in this situation with them, if that aspect ratio is a little bit bigger. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I have my complaints about this movie. A lot of the movie relies on its concept alone, which I think works most of the time, but they kind of go for something towards the end there where I get it, but at the same time, it didn't feel necessary. And I mean, I'll say it, it's just kind of a twist that I wasn't expecting. And when I saw that twist, I was like, I mean, I can understand how that would happen, but I don't fucking like it at all. I was literally in the theater when that twist came, and I was like, no, that shit's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. You didn't need that. All I need is to watch these two girls on top of this fucking tower, trying to get off, trying not to die, all these other fucking things happening, like these fucking vultures flying around them and trying to kill them. I mean, like, one of them hurts their leg, hands. I just want to see them in those situations. I don't need this fucking M. Night Shyamalan twist in this movie. It should be pretty straightforward. And like I said, there is an explanation to the twist. It makes sense from like a psychological standpoint. And I might be giving away too much, but I don't know how I felt about that twist. The cast in here, I'd say, is fine. I mean, like I said, you're mainly with Becky and Hunter the whole time. So I think they do a good enough job conveying the situation that they're in, and kind of like, I don't know, that fear. It felt real a lot of times. They weren't like, one scene where Becky is like trying to pull Hunter up, and the way she's like kind of screaming just in pain and also just adrenaline, it felt real. Like she was actually trying to pull her up, because if she doesn't, she might, like, Hunter might die, and there's a possibility that Becky could die too. So like, it felt real. Those survival moments, they felt really real to me. Just the characters, like, not trying to be pretty and all that. I'm not saying that because they're women, but like, you know what I mean? When it comes to survival scenes like this, a lot of times actors like to act tough and, like, I don't know, just be badass about it. But then they're like, you can see the struggle. There's a lot of struggle, and that's how it would really be. And a lot of these scenes, I'm putting myself in that situation, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue what I'd do. Granted, I'm not like not a hiker. I'm not like a climber or anything like that. But like, just seeing these scenes, I'm like, I don't know what I would do in this situation, and seeing them overcome it. I mean, they're struggling for sure, and it's realistic. And that's something I like about it, because like in those survival scenes, it just, I mean, you see the actor a lot of the time, and you're just like, oh man, it's the actor just being a badass and surviving. Here, it's just like, no, they need to survive. Like, they have, like, the things they're doing, they have to do, or else they're gonna fucking die. And yeah, there's a lot of really tense scenes in here for sure. But I can't get past the fact that, and I know it sounds like a small nitpick, but that aspect ratio really just messed me up, because if that screen was full, I would have felt so immersed into the movie where I'm like, oh my God, I probably would have actually had an anxiety attack, honestly. Like I said, I do have a fear of heights. So if, I don't know, maybe if I was even a little bit closer to the screen, it would have been better. I mean, this is a lower budget film. Oh my God, I almost forgot to tell you about this. This is made by fucking BuzzFeed, my dudes. This movie, it opened up, the first like credit, studio credit was like BuzzFeed Studios, and I was like, oh Jesus, oh mother of God, what did I just get myself into? And overall, I did like the film. Is it going to be in my top 10 best of this year? Probably not. I mean, there's a lot of freaking bangers this year so far, and there's even more to come. Black Panther 2, can't wait for that. The Batman was great. Vengeance was great. I really liked Prey. There's been a lot of great movies this year that have blown me away. And this movie, while it had me on the edge of my seat, I was very entertained. It didn't necessarily blow me away, because I feel like it's the kind of thing that a lot of people have seen before. I haven't watched a whole lot of these like kind of survival movies like 47 Meters Down. I have not seen 127 Hours, but I've seen enough clips from it to like kind of grasp the situation. I don't watch a lot of these kinds of movies because a lot of times they actually do kind of give me some anxiety. But here I was just like, oh man, I'm going to need to see that, because it might not be good, but the concept alone is interesting and I need to watch it. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily stand out a whole lot compared to some of these other survival films, but there's something I like about it at the same time. Overall, I think I'm going to give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. That seems pretty fair. It's a pretty solid film. I would recommend checking it out, and maybe not being in the first row, but at least in the like second to third row. Be as close to the screen as possible, because it'll immerse you into the film and make you feel like you're right there with them. So, yeah, a lot of really tense scenes, edge of my seats, 6.5 out of 10. I feel like that's a fair score. I liked a lot of aspects, and then there's some aspects that were either underwhelming or I just thought were kind of stupid, and unnecessary. But I won't be getting into any of that because I don't want to spoil anything. But definitely go check it out if you can. I don't know how many theaters are really going to get this movie, just because I kind of struggled to get tickets for the theater near me for it. So if it's near you, maybe go watch it, especially this week. I don't know. I don't think Bodies is going to be a good movie, but I could be surprised. So I would recommend this movie, but would I say it's like a priority to watch it? No, not really. In fact, I'd say probably go watch Vengeance, or even stay at home, download Hulu and watch Prey. But for this movie, if you really want to go out to the theaters, you're really not sure what to watch, and you're interested in a kind of survival story, I think you might dig it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about 2022's Fall. Have you seen it? Comment down below. Tell me if you loved it, if you hate it, if you're in the middle. I'm definitely more kind of in the middle, but I'm more towards liking it than hating it, obviously. Have you not seen it? Comment down below and tell me if you are planning on seeing it, if my review made you want to see it, or if you're just going to skip it. I would definitely like to know. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And I will see you in the next one, where I should be reviewing Bodies. So we'll see how that movie is. Going to see it in a little bit here. Peace out.